This isn't just another Zodiac reading. This is a spiritual intervention. This is a divine red flag waving directly in your direction. Capricorn, you've always been the builder, the fighter, the one who carries the weight of the world, even when no one sees it. But something is shifting right now, deep in the cosmic frequency. And if you're not paying attention, you might miss the biggest turning point of your life. Because whether you realize it or not, there are 5 silent mistakes you may be making. And each one is like a crack in the foundation of your destiny. These mistakes aren't loud. They don't come with fireworks. They come quietly, through your habits, your thoughts, your silence, and they slowly drain your blessings, sabotage your relationships, and block your spiritual alignment. But here's the good news. The universe never warns without also offering a way out. That's what this message is. You didn't click this video by accident. You didn't land here by coincidence. You were guided here because something greater is trying to reach you. And Capricorn, if you ignore this signal, if you dismiss it as just another horoscope, you could delay the abundance, healing, and purpose that's been waiting for you. But if you stay, listen, and truly receive this transmission, you could shift your entire trajectory. If you're ready to hear what your soul already knows, if you're ready to uncover the hidden patterns keeping you stuck, and if you're brave enough to take responsibility for your next evolution, then comment below. I accept this divine message. Let the universe know you're listening, because this isn't about fear, it's about freedom. And Capricorn, you were born to rise. Let's begin. The first deadly mistake is ignoring your inner knowing. Capricorn, you pride yourself on being logical, strategic, grounded. You like facts, figures, and concrete plans. And honestly, that's one of your greatest strengths. But lately, it's also become your greatest weakness. You've been taught to trust the process, the routine, the rules. But when it comes to your intuition, you've been shutting it down. You felt the nudges, that uneasy feeling in your chest, that subtle whisper in the back of your mind. But instead of following it, you've talked yourself out of it. You've told yourself, it's just in my head. I need more proof. I can't act on a feeling. And that's when things start to fall apart. Think about it. How many times have you known something deep down, but didn't act on it, and regretted it later? That relationship you stayed in, even when it felt wrong. That opportunity you passed up, even though your soul lit up at the thought. That friend, boss, or partner you trusted, even though something about them never quite felt right. Capricorn, these weren't just coincidences. This was your inner compass, your divine guidance system, trying to lead you back to alignment. But you chose logic over spirit, structure over intuition, control over connection. And the result? Pain, confusion, misalignment. What you need to understand is this. Your intuition isn't random. It's a message from your higher self, from the universe, guiding you toward your purpose. So here's your new ritual. Every morning before the noise of the world creeps in, sit in silence for just 60 seconds. Close your eyes, place your hand on your heart, and ask, what is my soul trying to tell me today? Then just listen. No overthinking, no forcing, just pure presence. Capricorn, you weren't born just to lead in the material world. You were born to lead in the spiritual realm too. And your intuition? That's your superpower. Stop silencing it. Start trusting it, because it's been right all along. Mistake number 2 is staying loyal to expired versions of yourself. Capricorn, let's be honest, you are fiercely loyal to your work, to your relationships, to your routines. You stick things out longer than most people ever would, because you believe in commitment, in building, in seeing things through. But sometimes, that loyalty becomes a trap. You hold on to the job that drains you. You maintain the relationship that no longer grows you. You keep showing up for people who haven't shown up for you in years. Why? Because the old version of you believed that struggle equals strength, that sacrifice equals success. that endurance equals worthiness. But here's the truth. That version of you, the one who tolerated pain just to keep the peace, the one who stayed silent just to avoid rocking the boat, that version is gone. It's not just outdated, it's expired. And the longer you try to wear that old skin, the more it will suffocate the real you. Capricorn, a new chapter is waiting. One where you thrive, not just survive. Where you're lit up by purpose, not weighed down by obligation. Where you're free, not just functional. But that chapter can't begin if you're still flipping back to the old pages. You cannot live your highest timeline if you're still clinging to expired roles, expired dreams, expired versions of yourself. The universe is pushing you forward, but you're resisting by gripping the past. And that resistance, that's why you're feeling stuck, tired, unfulfilled, because your soul is screaming for an upgrade, but your habits are living in 2019. So here's what you must say every single morning. I release everything that no longer aligns with my highest timeline. Say it. Mean it. Let it echo in your bones. Because when you release the old, the new begins to find you. The right people, the right opportunities, the right energy. Capricorn, your past built you, but it is not allowed to bury you. Let it go. And rise. The third mistake is subtle but deadly. Trying to control everything. Capricorn, you're the master planner, the builder, the one who creates structure when chaos takes over. Your work ethic? Impeccable. Your ability to keep it all together? Legendary. But there's a shadow to that strength, and it's control. You crave stability, not because you're greedy, but because you want safety. You want to know what's coming next. You want a plan, a backup plan, and a plan for the backup plan. But here's the trap. Your obsession with control is blocking your flow. You chase the money. You obsess over the timing. You stress about whether you're doing it right. And in that constant need to control every outcome, you're choking the energy of abundance. Capricorn, abundance isn't earned by force. It's received through alignment. It's not about working harder. It's about trusting deeper. Imagine a river. When water flows freely, it's powerful, cleansing, and alive. But when you build a dam, the flow stops, the water stagnates, the energy dies. That's what happens when you try to micromanage the universe. You block your own miracles. You miss the unexpected blessing. You delay the opportunity that doesn't look like your plan, but is 10 times better. You say no to divine timing because it didn't arrive on your calendar. So here's your new mantra. I am open to divine surprises. I trust what I can't yet see. Say it. Own it. Let it shake your bones. Because Capricorn, some of the greatest blessings you'll ever receive won't come from your effort. They'll come from your surrender. You don't need to control every dollar. You don't need to know how it will all work out. You just need to trust that the universe is working for you, not against you. When you finally loosen your grip, that's when the flow begins. That's when the call comes, the door opens, the unexpected windfall arrives, the person shows up, the path clears. Capricorn, abundance isn't just out there. It's waiting for you to let go. Let go and receive. You show up. You get things done. You take care of everyone else. And then tell yourself, I'll deal with it later. But Capricorn, when was the last time you actually did? You bury your emotions under to-do lists. You hide your heartbreak under professionalism. You swallow your sadness and call it strength. You think if you just stay busy enough, the pain will disappear. But it doesn't. What you don't express festers. What you suppress becomes stress, fatigue, confusion, even physical illness. Those unspoken tears, they're trapped in your chest. That anger you keep shoving down, it's now showing up as tension in your body and blocks in your life. Capricorn, the universe isn't asking you to fall apart. It's asking you to be honest. Being real about your emotions doesn't make you weak. It makes you powerful. Because when you face the truth, you release the pressure that's been building beneath the surface. Think of your emotions like a dam. If you keep holding them back, eventually, it breaks. And when it breaks, it destroys everything in its path. Why not let it flow instead? Journal what you've been avoiding. Say the thing you're scared to say, cry, scream, yell into a pillow, let it out. You are not a robot. You are a soul having a human experience. And hear this clearly. Emotional honesty is the doorway to spiritual healing. You can't manifest abundance while you're bottling up grief. You can't attract healthy love while you're still holding on to betrayal. You can't walk into your future if you're carrying the weight of emotional baggage you refuse to unpack. Capricorn, your healing isn't in the doing, it's in the feeling. So pause. Check in with yourself. Ask, what emotion have I been avoiding the most? Then face it with love, not judgment. Because once you let it out, even just a little, the energy starts moving again. And once the energy moves, so does everything else in your life. Your blessings are not blocked by the universe. They're being blocked by what you're still holding in. Let it go. And finally, breathe. And finally, the fifth mistake. Capricorn, you've spent your life chasing goals. You've climbed mountains others were too afraid to even attempt. You've built, sacrificed, endured, all in the name of success. But deep down, there's still a quiet whisper. Is this all there is? You've made others proud. You've collected the titles, the accolades, the milestones. But at night, when the world is quiet, something still feels off. Something feels unfinished. That's because you didn't come here just to pay bills and check boxes. You came here with a soul mission, and somewhere along the way, ambition got louder than alignment. You've ignored that creative gift. You've avoided that deeper calling. You've silenced that inner voice saying, there's more for you. And here's the truth. The longer you delay your soul mission, the more chaotic life becomes. Because the universe doesn't let purpose go ignored forever. It will shake your world through loss, burnout, confusion, or sudden change to wake you up, to pull you back onto the path you were always meant to walk. This is your final warning. Don't wait for a breakdown to discover your breakthrough. Don't wait until the business collapses or the relationship falls apart to realize you were never supposed to be doing it that way. Capricorn, you weren't just born to build. You were born to build something that lasts beyond this lifetime. Something that heals, inspires, uplifts, and expands the world. But you can't do that from a place of disconnection. It starts with alignment, not just ambition. Ask yourself right now, what did I love doing before the world told me who to be? What have I been afraid to pursue because it didn't look practical? What would I do if success was guaranteed? These answers, they're the blueprint to your mission. Capricorn, your soul didn't come here to blend in. It came to build something sacred. This is the moment to remember who you are. Not who the world told you to be, but who you chose to become before you were born. Start now, because destiny doesn't wait. Let's recap the 5 deadly mistakes the universe is warning you about. 1. Ignoring your intuition. 2. Staying loyal to expired timelines. 3. Trying to control everything. 4. Silencing your emotions. 5. Avoiding your divine purpose. Capricorn, these aren't just habits. They are spiritual traps, subtle patterns that quietly pull you off your soul's path. This isn't just a list. This is your reset, a spiritual wake-up call, a message the universe hand-delivered to you, not by chance, but by divine alignment. You weren't guided here randomly. You were pulled here because you're ready. You're ready to shift, to rise, to align, not with what the world wants from you, but with what your soul came here to do. Capricorn, you were not born for mediocrity. You were not meant to just survive paycheck to paycheck, love without depth, or live a life that looks good but feels hollow. You were born to lead, but from the soul, not the ego. And the world? It doesn't need more workers. It needs awakened builders, the ones who remember why they came. So if this message stirred something in you, if your heart feels heavier, your vision feels clearer, or your gut is saying, "This is for me," then don't ignore it. Comment right now, "I accept my mission." Let the universe know you're ready. Let your higher self know you're listening. Let your future self know you're coming. And if you're ready for more divine downloads, more signs, more guidance, more spiritual alignment, then hit subscribe right now. Turn on the bell, because your next message might be your next breakthrough. But don't scroll away. Don't go back to sleep. Don't say, "I'll change later," because the universe is giving you one more chance. And if you ignore it, it will force your awakening. Through chaos, through breakdowns, through the shaking of every foundation you thought was secure. But if you listen, if you rise now, you won't just change your life, you'll change your legacy. Capricorn, this is your moment. Stand up, speak truth, accept the mission, and rise.